G'day, it's Austin. And over the past 4 years, I've made 25 million online and millions in profit. And in this video, I'm just going to break down how to get to $10,000 a month in profit as soon as humanly possible. This is the exact blueprint that I would follow and the exact 4 steps that if I lost everything tomorrow and I had to start from scratch, I didn't have my businesses, I didn't have any money, and I had to start from complete scratch, what I'd do to get to 10,000 a month in profit as soon as humanly possible, knowing everything that I know about online business, and I'm going to share that with you in this video. Before we start, I just want to show you that I've used this and I still actively use this structure. These are just some screenshots from different months of some of my e-commerce businesses over the past couple of months. Here, 85K in a month. Here, 95K in a month. Here, 231K in a month. This is net profit, by the way. And so there's sales up there. We're not looking at that. We're looking at profit because the goal of this video is how to get to 10,000 a month in profit as fast as possible. And this one here, 131K in profit. And so I still do this. And I've also taught this to other people. These are people that I've taught this exact 4-step process to, and they're making a lot of money as well. 200,000 profit from AJ here in 7 months. That's well over 10K a month in profit. Elisa, 6.3K profit in 7 days. I know it's not over 10K, but in 7 days, Elisa did that. 10K profit in 30 days from Hitten. 65K profit in 3 months from Jade. Kayla, 10K profit in 30 days. Abe, 42 in 2 months. Jean, 12K profit in 30 days. Jamie, 120,000 pounds profit in 5 months. Matt, 43K profit in 4 months. And I could just go on and on with other people's results, but I thought this one was a good one to finish on. We've got Luke here. He just posted this 3 hours ago in our community, 105K in a week. Now I know that's revenue, but I've seen his margins. They're about 25 to 30%. So he's just made 30 grand in a week. And the method that I'm going to walk you through to use to get to 10K a month in profit as fast as possible is called building a branded dropshipping store. I call it building a customer-first e-commerce brand. This is the method that I've made the most money with, the one that I still use actively to this day, that has allowed me to generate over 100,000 orders with Shopify, to make over $13.5 million in sales and millions of that being profit. So I'm going to walk you through that method because that's the one that I have the most experience with, and it's the one that's given me the most financial freedom. So let's jump straight in. The first thing we need to do is do the math. In high school, I always thought, is math that important? But as an adult, I've realized it's extremely important. And understanding how to break down the numbers can be the difference between you hitting your target of 10K a month in profit or not. Because a lot of people, and I made this mistake as well when I was first starting, I'd say, I want to hit 10,000 a month in profit. I want to hit 100,000 a month in profit. I want to hit 1 million. And then I'd never break down and understand the numbers that would be required in order to achieve that. What I mean by that is, if I was selling e-commerce products and drop shipping, how many orders would I need per day to get that amount of profit? How much money would I have to spend on advertising? What ROAS would I need? What would be the break-even ROAS? And any ads below that I should turn off. All these numbers that I just never thought about. I was like, you know what? I want 10,000 a month in profit, and I'm just going to hustle until I get there. And then I just didn't, and it took a lot longer than it should have. As soon as I broke down the numbers, I started hitting my goals. And I think it just makes sense, because if you understand exactly what you have to do and you break down the numbers, which you can do as a complete beginner, and I'll just walk you through it right now so you don't even have to do it yourself. So you want to hit 10,000 in profit in a month. That's net, money take home at the end. Well, the average profit margin for a branded dropshipping store or a customer first brand is about 30%. I've seen some people go up to 40%, they're the lucky ones, and then some go down to about a 20% at scale. So let's take the middle of the range. Let's go with 30% net margin. Well, based on that, we'd need about 30,000 in revenue. Now, I know it's not completely accurate, and there will be some numbers in here that I've rounded to whole numbers or nice clean numbers ending in a 0, just to illustrate this and really make it easy for you to follow along with. So with that logic, we're gonna need about 30,000 in revenue. The realistic net margin here is about 33% in order to get 10K profit with 30K in revenue, but let's just keep these numbers rounded for now and keep moving on. We need 30,000 in revenue, and I've seen across my time teaching tens of thousands of people how to build e-commerce stores that the average order value across their stores is about $70. And that's what I teach people, to go a little bit higher ticket. It's still not very high ticket with the products you're selling or very expensive, but we don't want to have super cheap products with really tough and razor thin margins. It just makes it a lot more difficult to scale profitably. And so average order value of $70. Well, if we break down that, how many orders would we need to achieve $30,000 in revenue if our average order value was $70? We'd need 428 orders per month. And if we break that down into a daily amount, we need to generate 15 orders per day. So if we can get 15 orders per day and the average order value of those orders is $70, then based on the product costs that I'll walk you through in a sec, we would have 10,000 profit. So let's keep going with this. We need to break down a few more numbers. So let's say that out of the revenue, about 33% is our net margin, or 30% just to keep it to a round number. Then it would be reasonable to assume that another third of that would be for cost of goods. Because the way I teach building an e-commerce store is that we get the product price from a supplier that we find and we times it by 3. I call it the 3x profit markup rule. And then that will be your sales price. Now it could be a 2.8, it could be a 3.2, like it's just got to be around that mark. So there's enough profit per sale in order to justify running this business. Well, then let's say a third is profit, a third is going to our cost of goods. Well, then the remaining third would go towards marketing. And with that logic, if 30,000 in revenue is the target, then we could expect a third of that being 10,000 spent on ads in order to generate the 10,000 in profit. Stay with me here, it all makes sense. So then based on that, we'd need a 3 ROAS as the target. So figuring out these numbers, if we're going to spend 10,000 on ads, now that's not to say we just spend 10,000 in a day or just slap 10,000 into a campaign and then off we go. We'll slowly scale up to that and slowly scale up to $333 a day, which gives us about 10,000 a month in spend. But with that being said, we need to be hitting a 3 return on ad spend. Every dollar that we give Facebook or any advertising platform or any marketing method, we need to be getting at least 3 back. And if we can do that, then we're on track for our 10K profit mark. And also, we need an average cost per purchase of $23. And so when we're doing our marketing, whether it's running ads or something more organic, I'll walk you through the strategies that I would use in just a second. But for every order that gives us $70, we need to be spending about $23 to get that. That is our target cost per purchase. And then if you also reverse engineer a few of these other numbers, based on this, your break-even cost per purchase would be 46. So if your cost per purchase goes to 47 through your advertising or marketing, you're unprofitable and you need to turn off that particular ad or ad set or way of marketing. And the break-even ROAS would be 1.5. So if we have a 1.4 ROAS on our advertising or marketing, we put in $1, we get $1.40 back, then we're unprofitable in building this brand. So there's our targets. And now we know the numbers. We need to generate 15 orders per day. We need to scale up our ad spend. So we're spending about 10,000 a month on ads. So 333 a day roughly. And we need to be hitting a 3 return on ad spend. Now the target of hitting 10K profit is much clearer. We just need to find a product that we can sell around this price point and then slowly scale up our ads using the methods I'll teach you in a second to get to that 3 ROAS. And then over the space of a 30-day window, spend 10,000 on ads. Then with all that math, we'd end up with 10,000 in profit. So now we understand the numbers. Very, very important. The next thing we need to do is find a product. The numbers are great, but we actually need to find a product to sell. First thing, the 6 characteristics of a winning product. There are 6 things that I look for in any product that I've sold or made money with, or that I've seen anyone else make money with as well. The product needs to solve a problem. It needs to be trending or going viral right now. When you look at the competitors, there needs to be some room for improvement. It needs to have a strong profit margin, at least a 3x markup. It needs to pass the BS test and actually do what it says it's going to do. And you need to be able to advertise it on Facebook. Let's talk about those a little bit more deeply. The first one, it needs to solve a problem. Finding a product that has utility, that actually does something for the customer. It moves them away from pain and towards pleasure by solving a problem that they're having. Those kind of products will not only get you to 10,000 a month in profit if you do everything else right, but they will keep you there consistently and help you grow beyond that. So that's extremely important. When looking for products and doing product research, especially as a beginner to e-commerce and to dropshipping, you need to be looking for products that solve a problem. Not the little gadgets and the things that don't have that much utility. The product needs to solve a problem. That's the first thing. If you can do that, then you're well on your way to having a successful store. The second one is it needs to be trending or going viral right now. So this is a big part of not trying to reinvent the wheel. Other people have done the hard work for us to validate products, test them, spend money on ads, for us to then know that those products work. And so it wouldn't make sense for us as complete beginners to go back to the drawing board and make it hard for ourselves by trying to launch a product that no one has launched before. What we're going to do to get to 10K a month in profit as fast as humanly possible is just look for products that are already selling well online. We do that by using Mania or Facebook Ad Library. They're my two favorite tools for finding products that are winning, that are already generating sales for others. Doing this is going to save you time, it's going to save you money, and it's going to allow you to find a product that you can scale to 10K a month in profit and beyond quickly, a lot more easily. The third principle, it needs to have room for improvement. And so whether you use Mania to do product research and look at winning ads, or you look on Facebook Ad Library and find brands that are running ads for products, when you look at their website, you need to see areas for improvement. Or at least when you search that product on Google and find the different stores that may be selling something similar, look for room for improvement. Read their reviews. What are they not doing well, and how can you market your brand better than what they're doing? Look for those areas so that you can take a small slice of the big pie of that market and of that product. All it takes is for you to slightly adjust the angle that you're selling to, or make your product page a bit more benefits focused than the competitors, or make your product description just a little bit more locked in than what the other people are doing, and you can very easily make 10,000 a month in profit. The fourth principle is there needs to be a strong profit margin. I talked about this earlier. I like applying my 3x markup rule. So whatever you can get a product for from a supplier, you want to times that price by 3, and then that is the sale price. That is the price that you sell the product for. The only exception to this rule is when the profit per item is above $50. Now, in that case, you could justify a slightly lower profit markup. It could be a 2.5, it could be a 2.2. But because the amount you're making in profit per order is so high, it doesn't actually matter. It will still allow you to get to 10,000 a month in profit. Now, the purpose of that 3x markup rule is to give us enough to get there as fast as possible. So if we're selling a super cheap product and we don't use a 3x markup rule, it's going to take forever. It's going to take so many orders for us to get to 10,000 a month in profit. So we want to make sure that we have a strong profit margin there. The fifth principle is that it needs to pass the BS test. And so when you look at the product, does it do what it says it's going to do? Read the reviews on the competitors' pages. When you look for the product on eBay or AliExpress, read the reviews there. Is it actually doing what it's promising? Because all of this aside, you don't want to be selling a product that supposedly solves someone's problem, but doesn't actually solve their problem because people are saying it doesn't. And so it's extremely important to validate. You don't have to order the product yourself. You can if you want to, but to keep this easy, let's say you don't, because you're trying to make 10K as fast as humanly possible. So you don't have time to wait for the product. You need to go, go, go. And so alternatively, you just look at the reviews for the product online. This could be from the suppliers, so on eBay or AliExpress or Alibaba. Look at the reviews for the products on there, and then also look at the competitors as well, if they're selling the same product. What are people saying? Are there negative reviews, or does it look like a good product that passes the BS test? And the sixth characteristic of a winning product is, can it be advertised on Facebook and Instagram? And so Facebook and Instagram have policies about what kind of products can and can't be advertised. But if you've used the Mania method or Facebook Ad Library to find winning products, you'll be fine. Because if you found them on there, that means other brands are running ads for them, which means the products meet the criteria and can be run on Facebook and Instagram ads. So those are the 6 characteristics. And then to find the products that meet those characteristics, like I just talked about, you could use Mania or you could use Facebook Ad Library. Mania is a great product research tool I've been using for a very long time, and I've recommended to tens of thousands of people. It's a platform that consolidates winning ads into one place. So instead of scrolling through Facebook Ad Library forever, you can just go on Mania, set some filters so you only find ads that have high levels of engagement, likes, reacts, comments. And by doing that, you can assume that if they've been running for a while and they've got lots of likes and comments and reactions, that chances are people like the product and that ad is working and that product is worth looking into. So Mania saves you time and brings all of these winning ads into one place and allows you to filter by the levels of engagement as well. If you don't want to use Mania, then you could use Facebook Ad Library. This is a free platform that Facebook has where you can search all of the active ads, or nearly all, sometimes some are missing, but all of the ads that are running on Facebook right now. And so you'd hop on there, it's free, just Google Facebook ad library. Then in the search bar, type something like free shipping, shop now, Afterpay or Klarna available. Type those keywords because those are keywords that e-commerce brands will likely use in their advertising. And so this will now give you a catalog of all these different ads that are being run on Facebook. What you want to do is scroll back as far as you can go, look for ads that have been running for at least 2 months. Because people don't like wasting money, I'm sure we can agree. And so if a brand is advertising a product and they've been doing so for 2 months, 3 months, chances are that particular ad and that product is working. So you can click into that, look at their website. Obviously keep the 6 winning characteristics in mind when you're doing that research, but those are the 2 ways for you to be able to find a product, Mynea or Facebook ad library. And again, we're just looking to get a slice of a big pie. We don't want to reinvent the wheel. We just want to find something that is already selling well and just take that small slice. To reiterate, we need a product where we can do a 3x markup. So if you look around, you find a great product that ads are being run for, but then when you look for suppliers on eBay and AliExpress and they're just too expensive and you can't do even a 2.5x markup and there's just not enough profit per sale that you could get, then you're going to have to find a different product. It's very important that we have enough profit per order in order to justify running this business and to be able to hit 10K profit as fast as we can. And when you need to find suppliers, look on eBay and AliExpress and just search the keywords related to the product. Mineral shower head, mattress topper, like these kind of things to find the product that you're looking for. You then want to look for suppliers that offer fast shipping and also have a good blend of positive reviews, a good price, and also a good return policy. Those are very important things to look at for a supplier. It's not all about how fast they ship the product and it's not all about their price. It's about how those 4 things connect to one another. The price, the shipping times, the reviews, and the return policy. Look at those 4 things for any supplier before deciding on any of them. So you've done the math, you've found a product to sell, now you need to build a Shopify store. And for this, I recommend building a hybrid store. So there's 3 types of dropshipping stores in my eyes. There's a one product store, there's a hybrid store, there's a general store. A one product store has the highest chance of success because you're building your branding and everything on your website around selling this one particular product. Now, why am I not recommending to build a one product store? Because if you try and sell that one product and it doesn't work, then you have to go back to the drawing board and start again, build a new Shopify store, create new email flows, update your branding, buy a new domain. You basically have to start from scratch. Now, if you're willing to take the risk and want to increase the chances that your store works, then building a one product store can definitely give you a bit of an advantage. But I recommend building a hybrid store. So this is a store built around a particular niche or theme. An example of this is a store I built called Pure Water. And the main product on this is a mineral shower head. And so that product is all about making the water more pure, better for you. And so when you're having a shower, your skin, your hair, it doesn't affect it as much, especially if you're in a place with hard water, they call it. It's not particularly good for your skin and hair. I was from Adelaide and we have that in Adelaide. The water there is pretty harsh. And so this product solves that problem. And so by building a hybrid store and calling it Pure Water, instead of Showerhead Pro or Pure Showerhead, is the fact that if that showerhead didn't work, then I could launch other related products that also improve the quality of water. A purifying jug, tap filters. I have angles for other products that could be sold that also solve a problem and meet the winning characteristics, but it means if the first product doesn't work, I don't have to start again from scratch. Which is why I recommend to complete beginners to start hybrid stores instead of one product stores. You then want to use my free theme. And so I've actually made a 6.5 hour YouTube video that's a full dropshipping course, a branded dropshipping course from start to finish. I walk you through finding a product with a live walkthrough on actually finding products myself, even finding the shower head that I ended up building a store around. I show you how to find a supplier. I show you how to build a Shopify store. I show you how to do all of these things that I'm talking about in this video. I show you in that video. And so you can just follow along as a complete beginner. and go from having no idea what you're doing to launching your ads and getting your first sale by the end of the video, which is kind of cool. And so in there, I actually share my free theme. Now this has been optimized. It's generated me millions of dollars, and all of the students that I've taught this method to use that theme as well. And so all of their results have come from that, and I'm just giving it to you for free because then you can use it and you can get started. No catch, no opt-in. If you watch that YouTube video, I share templates for everything, and also for the Shopify store theme, so you can just use that. Then it needs to be branded. So you can't just build a trashy looking dropshipping store. It's got to have a nice, clean, consistent brand about it. It needs to have good color choices. It needs to have a good logo. In that video, I walk you through how to do that as well. And I give you a Canva template that you can use that has logos pre-made on there that you can change and adjust for your brand depending on what products you're going to sell. And so definitely worth using that, but you need to have a branded and trustworthy store. And by adding great branding to it, it's greatly going to increase the conversion rate. You need to use email marketing. And so have a great email pop-up and a welcome flow. Now, as a beginner, having emails set up on your store to capture people's email addresses and then offer them a discount if they don't actually purchase straight away, having that on your store is going to increase your chances of success so much. And then long term, it's going to make you so much more money. Because the way I view it is like when you're sending traffic to a Shopify store, you're pouring water into a bucket. And if that bucket has holes, the email marketing flows and the email marketing pop-up are ways for you to mop up that potentially lost traffic that is leaking out. Now you can make the most of that, and you can make sure that every dollar you put towards marketing and advertising is as profitable as it can be. In the course video, I give you a template for the email pop-up and also for the welcome series, which is what people receive when they opt in. And so it's all in there. You can just copy and paste. You need to focus on benefits. So when you're building a store, everything on that site needs to be focused on the benefits the customer will receive by purchasing your product. If it solves their problem, they need to land on your store and be like, this site was made for me. This product was made for me because they've illustrated my exact problem, they understand me, and everything on this page is focused on benefits and not features. Now, let me give you a real life example. Even this microphone here, if I was to focus on features, let's say Shure, the company that sells this, if they were to say, it has this whatever decibel gain and, it uses this advanced processing, to make sure the file sizes, at this hertz or whatever. I don't know, I'm chatting gibberish. But if they focused on those features, they'd probably lose me. But when they focus on benefits and they say, just plug in this mic and you have studio quality sound as a beginner, I'm like, sold, benefit, done. Of course I'm gonna do it. If they said, use this microphone and you sound like you're on a professional broadcast, or use this microphone and easily have amazing audio, all of a sudden that's a benefit. It's positioned the features, which might be the processing, which might be the noise cancellation, which might be the actual technical things, but it's positioned it as benefits instead for me. Because I don't really care about the nitty gritty. I just care that it solves my problem and gives me what I want. And when customers are on your store, that's exactly what they want to see as well. They don't care about the specifics. They just want to know that that product is going to solve their problem and what's in it for them. The next step is you need to import reviews. And so I recommend using a platform called LAI Product Reviews for this. It's an app that you can install onto your store that allows you to import reviews that are already online for the product you're going to sell from AliExpress, from Amazon, and a few other sources as well. Another key principle with building a branded dropshipping store or a customer first brand that people actually buy from is having social proof. No one wants to be the first person to buy from a store, a brand new dropshipping store. They want to see that other people have bought from you before, or at least bought the product that you're selling before, and it's actually done what you say it's going to do. So it's very important to import the reviews that are online for your product that you're going to sell so that you can build trust with customers when they arrive. You need to have a great product description. For this, I recommend using the QSBG formula, something I made up. Question at the start. Pose a question. Are you experiencing this issue? Do you have terrible quality audio in your videos? Do your eyes get sore when staring at the computer screen late at night? You start with the question, and then you go S, which is solution. Well, you're in luck because we now have this microphone that is super easy to install that can give you studio level quality audio easily. Amazing. I have the problem. I'm experiencing that. You position the product as the solution to that problem. Well, great, we've got these amazing glasses here that reduce eye strain and help you sleep better. Perfect. So we've started with a question to grab someone's attention and be like, if you're facing this problem, this is for you. Someone should read it and be like, if they're experiencing that problem, which should be the main problem that you're marketing towards, then they're like, yeah, that's me, I'm experiencing that. Well then boom, product is the solution to that. Then we use B, which is benefits. Then we load up the benefits, as I talked about before, all the different benefits of the product in our product description. Whether you've got free and fast delivery, whether you offer free returns, whether it's an easy install, takes seconds to install, whatever it is, you need to mention those benefits in the product description. And the last thing is G, the guarantee. Have a great guarantee for the product. Say if you're not happy with this product for any reason, send it back and we'll give you a full refund. Position your guarantee as somewhat of a refund policy to keep things easy. This gives customers faith in the fact that your product will do what it says it's going to do. It also puts the pressure on you to sell a product that actually works. And the last thing you want to do on your store is install quantity-based offers. These will increase your average order value and give you more profit. I walk through how to do that in the course video, but in a nutshell, it's instead of just selling one product, selling one set of glasses, instead of selling one whiteboard marker, you sell packs of them. And so for people that do want to buy multiple in one go, you incentivize them to do that with small discounts. So it could be buy one, could be buy two and save 10%, buy four and save 15%. You're now giving people a special offer to spend more with you, increasing your average order value, and also decreasing the number of orders that you need per day in order to achieve 10,000 a month in profit. So that's step number 3, build a Shopify store, incorporating all of the elements that I've talked about. And then finally, step number 4, product seeding and ads. This is where we use micro-influencers to generate content and initial promotion for our store. Look, I get it. Running ads as a complete beginner and expecting to get incredible results straight away with no unique content and just starting from scratch can be pretty difficult. And so what we want to do is leverage micro-influencers to get high quality, custom UGC style content, user generated content, stuff that's shot by users of the product or even content creators in this example, use their promotion to get sales initially. And then after that, we can then use the content they've made and run that in advertising. And that's going to give us this initial boost of sales. It's going to give us content to use. And it's also going to give us these relationships with these influencers that could be great promoters of our brand in the future. So how this strategy works, we're going to reach out to micro influencers on either Instagram or TikTok. It could even be YouTube, basically any social media platform, but I'd really recommend either Instagram or TikTok. You're going to look for people that their audience are your ideal buyers. They're creating content in your niche already, and the people that would be following them would likely be interested in your product. You're going to reach out to them with a simple Instagram DM and say, hey, I want to send you this product. Then a little sparkle emoji at the end or something like that. Nothing more. No dramatic pitch. No like, I want you to do this. Just say, lead with a simple message. Hey, I want to send you, insert your product name. That's it. Then you wait for them to reply. You send this message to a lot of micro influencers, and it's basically a numbers game. Some of them will get back to you and say yes. Some of them will get back to you and say no. But generally, when you reach out to someone and you say, I just want to give you the product, then they'll of course say yes. You get their shipping information, you send them the product, and then after you've sent it, say, look, while it's on the way, I'd love if you're able to make some content with it and maybe share it on your socials. They're going to be expecting that anyway. They're going to know that a brand has reached out to them, offering them products. They're going to shoot content with it anyway. And that's why we go for micro influencers, not the big influencers, just the ones that are great at creating content. They just have a smaller audience size. And so what that's going to give us is once they create the content, we've got content to use now. We've got stuff that we can use on our website, in our email marketing, for our ads. And we also got the promotion from them. So give them a link to share when they actually start making content for the product and say, hey, if you're able to generate a few sales, we could create some kind of ambassador relationship where we give you a percentage of all the sales you generate. And so that's another strategy I'll talk about in more depth in a different video. But for now, you're just using micro influencers and product seeding, sending products out to all these influencers to get content and promos. And then once you have all of that, you've generated some initial sales from their promos, videos that were free. You've only paid for the cost of the product from your supplier to get this content and to get this initial promotion. And influencers will be happy for the opportunity, especially micro influencers, because they're able to work with another brand with the potential for a long-term partnership if they do well, and they're able to get their name out there more because they're creating content for a brand. Brands love to see that content creators are making content for other brands. Like, they want to see that. They want to see that this isn't the first project an influencer has ever had. And once we've used this strategy, we can then use ads to gain some consistency of sales. Micro influencer promos will give you that boost. Little bumps here and there, a couple of sales, and that will give you the initial profit you need to start running ads. And that's how you can use this strategy without having loads of money to spend up front, because you don't need to start with ads straight away. You just need to be able to spend some money on sending product from the supplier to different influencers. And then you can use the money that you've generated from their promotions to actually start running some ads and use the content that they've created for you as well. You want to also put this UGC on your site to increase the conversion rate. So the content that has been made by these micro influencers, you want to add that to your website. It will greatly increase your conversion rate, the percentage of people that land on your store and end up buying. You then also want to take the best ads that they've made, and we want to launch them in an Advantage Plus campaign on Facebook ads. So this is a type of campaign where we don't give it any targeting. The only targeting we're going to give Facebook or Meta for this is the country that we want to sell to. And so we'll give it that country, we'll give it the ads that we've had made from the micro influencers, and we'll give it the starting budget. And what I recommend starting with is 2 times your break-even cost per purchase in ad spend per day. And we calculated back here that our break-even cost per purchase was $46. And so for our ads, we want to start at $92 per day. So probably round it up, go to $100 a day. And with the math that we did earlier, we calculated that over time, to get to 10K a month in profit, we'd have to spend 10K a month on ads. And so what does that equal in a daily format? $333 a day. So we're starting at about 100 a day, and we need to scale up progressively to get to the point where we're spending $333 a day with a 3 ROAS. That's a lot of threes. But if we do that, then we're on track to hit 10K a month in profit. And that doesn't even include the bursts of sales you'll get from influencers if you keep working with them. This is just the goal to get your advertising to this. And so keep getting content from the micro influencers, then launch it in your advertising campaign. Slowly increase the budget and scale up as it's profitable for you. And then also install the Triple Whale app. This app's important so you can track your profit numbers. It's free to install, and then you can just see how your daily profit is tracking, and it factors in all of your expenses. So it becomes a dashboard for your brand. And those are the 4 steps from start to finish. And so you can see here, it is a pretty simple process to follow. Now there's a lot of pieces within this. And so what you need to do to make sure that you know exactly what to do for all of these steps is follow along with the 6.5-hour course video. It's going to show you how to do absolutely everything inside of here from start to finish. So I'll link that up on the screen now. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.